Welcome to not my kitchen, but a kitchen. Right now, I'm just eating some super yummy potatoes that Wayne put in the oven, and it's sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, and red onions cooked with, I believe he used like olive oil and some salt and pepper, and I put some nutritional yeast and some lime juice. Oh my god, it is so good. Definitely try it out. Leave the potatoes in the oven until they get like super crispy because they turn into like chips almost. Oh my god. I'm actually gonna finish this before I start this video because these are very good and I'm kind of hungry, so like, okay. The joys of editing. I'll see you in like 1 second. Hello. Okay, I'm back and it's actually like an hour later. People were constantly coming and going. Duh. I mean, I'm in a house where people live, but like, since I'm a guest here and I don't really live here, I don't like filming in some of the public areas just because I don't want people to feel like I'm interrupting their flow or whatever. And Wayne was just on a business call for like an hour, so I now have a chance to film this, and I just want to get this out here tonight because it's something that I got inspired to talk about and I think it's very important to remember. So I'm going to be that vessel of remembrance right now, and I hope that this helps you and plants a little seed in your mind that you can take with you and experiences that you happen to come across in your life. So yeah, I'm also wearing this super cozy scarf that I got yesterday. The lighting in here is not that great, but like I'm making it work, you know what I mean? Okay, so let's get right into it. What inspired me to talk about this was me writing in my journal, beautiful journal that my mother got me for Christmas last year. I just want to quickly show you it just because it's so dang beautiful. So throughout this whole book, there are pieces where it's lined paper where you can write, and then there's also pieces where it is just completely blank and you can go ahead and draw. But what I love is that throughout this book, every some odd pages, there are 4 pages of beautiful artwork. Just so beautiful. It's so inspiring to look at. You just saw that one and a couple other ones like this. So I was scrolling through and I was just looking at these pictures, and this book opened up to an old entry that I had put in earlier this January, and I had read it and I was very humbled by it. Why was I humbled by it? Well, this specific entry was an entry regarding a lot of strenuous heartache feels that I was going through at the time. If any of you guys have watched my old video, you know that I used to live with one of my partners at the time, Curtis, and we were together for probably about a year. And then I had moved out, you know, things had shifted, I needed my space, da-da-da-da. But in the process of us breaking up, we continued to be in each other's lives intimately. So even though you break up with someone, if you're still being intimate with them and still sharing sexual energy with them, your heart is not being able to be healed properly, right? If you're wanting to not necessarily get over someone, but if you're wanting to move past events in your life that you don't feel serve you anymore, the last thing you should be doing is dabbling in that sexual energy, right? But at that time I was very attached. I didn't want to let go of the something that we had, just because you know how easy it is to become a little codependent on the familiarity that someone gives you when you spend time with them. You know that person and they know you better than most people, because I know he knew me better than pretty much anyone at that point in my life. The long story short is, because we weren't together anymore, but we were, you know, still doing whatever, he started talking to other girls. Totally understandable, but this one girl just drove me up the, excuse my language, she drove me up the fucking wall, okay? Like, this girl just got to me, and for some reason I was so jealous, and I'm not really a jealous person at all. So it was very interesting to observe my feelings, but in this specific entry I was expressing my feelings, and I want to find it just so I can read this to you guys. At this point in my life, I was trying to remind myself reasons why I left. So January 15th, remember how you felt, ... I felt like my energy was being drained. I felt like this dark energy was consuming me and swallowing me. I felt stagnant, no growth, no evolving. I felt no motivation to do anything. I loved him, but not enough to work on what we had. Sometimes I wish I was single, other times I wish the opposite. I didn't know what I wanted. Fast forward 4 to 5 months and here we are. And earlier to this entry, like a day before, I was expressing how hurt I was and how torn up I was, and just asking God to please help heal my heart. I didn't want to feel like that anymore, you know? I have compassion and empathy for those who are going through heartache, because I know how easy it can be to get stuck in that moment and to drown in this dark pit of feeling like you're disconnected from self, disconnected from others, feeling like you lost a part of you when you maybe lost a significant other, whether it was with a death, or whether it was a breakup, or whether you and some of your friends had just parted ways. You know, this can go for so much more than just relationships. And I remember saying, I know this too shall pass, but in this moment, I am feeling so much sadness and so much heartache. Please help me. And I just kept reminding myself that time heals all. Time heals everything. We just have to be patient with ourselves. And I truly had a reminder of this when I opened up to this entry here. And I put the date today, and I said, fast forward to now. Time truly does heal all. In times of sadness, know that this too shall pass, because at this point in my life, you know, I value the love that me and him shared, but there's no attachment. There's no feeling of, sure, in some moments I miss him, but overall that hurt had completely passed. And it's one at the time that sometimes it can feel so intense that you feel like it won't pass. You feel as if this feeling is going to last forever. And seeing that today and not having any feelings towards it was just a nice reminder that, hey, yeah, you know, sometimes when things feel really rough, some people may think, oh, it's just a breakup, whatever. You don't know how my heart was feeling, right? Just like I don't know how your heart was feeling in some situations that may have happened in your life. But the reason why I'm making this video is to be a vessel of remembrance and let you know that in times of struggle, in times of hurting, in times of sadness, in times of anger, I encourage you to take a step back, realize that it's very easy for us to get really caught up in our emotional body. We're almost unable to do so throughout our whole lives. But I encourage you to take a step back, look at the situation, and try to perceive whatever it may be from a point of love. Try to perceive this situation through the eyes of someone who can find the gratitude in absolutely everything and find a reason to be thankful. I'm not saying don't be sad, don't be angry, don't be hurt. It's natural for us to feel these feelings if we're ever betrayed or left, or quotations left, or if, you know, something happens that just doesn't sit right with us. I understand that. I'm not telling you to shut off your feelings. The only thing that I encourage you to do to help this healing process with whatever it is you're going through is to come from a place of gratitude, come from a place of love, come from a place of having an open mind to understand whatever it may be, this is happening in divine order, and this is happening in such a perfect sequence that how can we possibly question the beautiful unfolding of life? You know, life isn't always going to be rainbows and sunshine and unicorns. There are going to be days where it rains, and there will be days where it fucking pours, okay? There's going to be those days. Lightning, thunder, hurricanes, all within us. You know, it's part of life, but we do have the control to shift our perception, shift our focus, and view life through an amazing set of eyes where we can benefit and grow from every situation that's being presented to us. When one door closes, it's because another beautiful one is waiting to be opened. Know that. I feel that with every fiber of my being, and I know for a lot of people that may be a little bit hard at first because they think, well, you know, if life is supposed to be in this divine order, if it's supposed to be this perfect unfolding, then why are these tragic things happening to me? You know, why am I being put in these situations where I'm hurting? You know, why, right? I get it. Sometimes the way things unfold are very questionable. Just trust and have faith and be gentle with yourself. You know, if you're going through a time of hurt or you're going through a time of grief, whatever it may be, be gentle with yourself, be patient with yourself. I feel like it's very easy to neglect those two things while going through times like these. Sometimes, for example, for me, not only this, but other relationships where I've been a little torn up in, I easily want to stay in bed and do absolutely nothing. I want nothing more than to just put substances into my body to alter my state of mind, to try to run away from whatever it may be I'm wanting to run away from, right? I'm sure a lot of other people can relate to that. But it's so important to come back to self, come back to love, be patient, allow ourselves to feel these feelings. Don't try to run away from them. Be thankful that we, as spiritual beings, are having this physical experience and we are given this body. We are embodied and given the ability to feel these emotions so deeply. And if it's something like a heartache like I went through, try to look at it as, wow, if I'm hurting this much, if I love this person so much, these feelings are a reflection of how strong that bond was, how strong that love was and still is. It's amazing that we can feel, not only to know what we are, but to feel these feelings. Just don't allow yourself to get too caught up in them, because there's so much more. There's so much more than that. So I'm not telling you not to feel. Embrace your feelings, but also breathe. Let them come and go. Let them pass. This too shall pass. A beautiful little quote that you can keep with you in the back of your mind. Plant that little seed, and in times of uproar, or whatever you want to call it, when it comes to the emotions or events that are going on in your life, be still, breathe, give thanks, know that everything is unfolding perfectly for you. Just have faith that it is. That's the number one thing, is just having faith and knowing with every fiber of your being that things are happening the exact way that they are needing to happen right now in your life. Because, sweetie, the universe wants to give you so much. Open your arms, open your heart, let love in. And again, be kind with yourself, be gentle, stay blessed. I hope that this had helped in any way that it could. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am going to a show tonight with some friends. It's gonna be the last show that I actually go to in Portland. Tonight is my last weekend, so that'll be fun. But yeah, so I'm gonna go do that, and I'll edit this and get this out tonight, because that's actually my intention. I just wanted to express, create, and get this out tonight. Share that message, a little inspiration that I got from an old entry here. So thanks so much for joining. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below. I will link my social media down below too, because I am posting quite a bit on like my Instagram stories. Snapchat I don't use too much, but I do use here and there. So if you want to tune in for my last few nights, go ahead and click those links below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah!